Happy Wednesday morning, Mountaineer fans. It's Chris, it's Mike, it's earsports.com, taking up 3 minutes of your morning. Today, we're focusing on spring football, in particular, a story that ate up quite a bit of the message boards off season, for sure. It was brought up during interviews um, last week, and now Mike and I are going to discuss it. The topic at hand is Aubrey Burks potentially transferring. Um, what do we want to say here? Backdoor tampering, all sorts
Mm,
of stuff. For a little bit of background for those who may not be familiar, back in December, Huddy Tuddy, one of the uh, famous Twitter handles that popped up in the offseason, posted something about the Mississippi State safeties coach tampering with, or excuse me, Ole Miss safeties coach tampering with Aubrey Burks, trying to convince him to leave the program after the bowl game and come to Ole Miss, come to play in the SEC. Aubrey Burks was asked about it during his press conference, chose not to go into detail. Mike, your thoughts on this situation and kind of tampering as a whole?
well, at least there's some honor in the trade, right? At least you can access a high road. It was a non-denial, one of those things where he said, "I just don't want to put that out there right now." But you could certainly tell in the course of a conversation about name, image, and likeness. Which remember, Chris, way back in 2022 was supposed to be about earning compensation for your profile as a player and not as an inducement to come to a program or a reward for staying. So when a question about, hey, tell me what NIL is like pops out nowadays, it's not about marketing yourself for commercial purposes. It's navigating, well, I guess you would call it tampering. It's navigating the urges and the lures with the transfer portal, which allegedly, in this case, and probably not the first time the player of his caliber either, is an outside school saying, how much money are you making there? Wouldn't you like to make more here? And again, didn't say it happened, didn't say it didn't happen, but Chris, even just the nature of the response to me alone was kind of stirring in that like it wasn't about marketing, it was about meddling.
Well, and let's be clear here. It's happening everywhere. It's happening to dozens of players each and every offseason, almost every single time. Just like you said, it's, hey, how much are you making? What do you think about this number? And for West Virginia's part and other schools, they hear this, they kind of have to weigh how serious is this? Is this legitimate? Is this a guy we want to pay? They got a number in mind, as we've discussed before, and they decide whether to pay it or they decide not to. A couple of the players who left the West Virginia University program in the offseason, they were approached with a number by another school. Went back to West Virginia. West Virginia said, too rich for our blood. Look, and off they went. That's how it works. This is nothing new. This one just kind of took up a little bit more airspace, if you will, during the offseason and then got brought back up here. So it's going to happen. It's going to continue to happen. And West Virginia has to pick and choose their battles, I think, is the best way to put it.